Michael Corleone understood this better than anyone. After his brother Sonny is brutally murdered, the family is weakened. Any ordinary man would declare war immediately. But Michael does the opposite. He swallows his hatred. He smiles. He sits at the same table with the men responsible for his brother's death. This is not cowardice. This is emotional mastery. By keeping his enemies close, Michael gathers information. He lulls them into complacency. He lets them underestimate him. And by doing so, he uncovers the ultimate betrayal. His father warned him, the one who proposes a peace meeting will be the traitor. That moment only exists because Michael kept communication open. Had he cut them off, he would never have known who sold his family to the devil. Distance creates false safety. Proximity creates real intelligence. You can only control danger when it stays within your sight. In real life, this means resisting the urge to erase people who oppose you. Let them talk. Let them watch. Observe how they move. Information is power. And the discipline required to smile at someone you despise is the highest test of self-control. A man who cannot master his emotions will never master his destiny. The Don didn't hate his enemies. He understood them. Hatred clouds judgment. Cold understanding reveals traps. The third principle, the most important, is family. If friendship is a tool and enemies are a battlefield, then family is the purpose. A man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. This is not advice. It's a definition. Don Vito was ruthless in business. But at home, he was a father, a husband. He danced at his daughter's wedding. He never brought business to the dinner table. To him, power meant nothing without someone to protect. Many men today lie to themselves. They sacrifice family dinners, miss their children growing up, drown themselves in work and alcohol, claiming it's for the family. The Godfather exposes this lie. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. A man who conquers the world, becomes home to a cold house, is a failure. Michael Corleone's tragedy proves this. He entered the darkness to save his family, but lost them in the process. He chose the survival of the organization over the warmth of blood ties. In the end, he wins every war but sits alone, empty, surrounded by silence. Power without family is a frozen throne. The lesson is balance. A man must fight the world to protect his home, but never bring the war back with him. Leave brutality outside, leave softness inside. Lose the battlefield, and your family is crushed. Lose your family, and every victory is hollow. Carrying both worlds is heavy, exhausting. But that is the price of becoming a man. When you close the Godfather, what remains is not violence, but the silhouette of a complete man, loyal to friends, calculated with enemies, devoted to family. You don't need to be a mafia boss to live these principles. Help before you ask. Smile at competitors instead of slandering them. Choose dinner with your family over meaningless nights out. Don't block your enemies. Don't run from discomfort. Face it with a calm mind and a steady heart. Only those who dare to look the monster in the eye deserve to sit on the throne. Live like a Godfather, not to become a criminal, but to become the ruler of your own life. In the world of grown men, there are books we read for entertainment, books we read for knowledge. But there is one book that gets passed around like a bedside Bible. Not because it preaches hollow morality, not because it teaches dry ethics, but because it reveals how power, loyalty, and human nature truly work. That book is The Godfather. Why does a story about crime, mafia families, and blood-soaked betrayals become a compass for millions of men around the world. The answer is not in the sound of gunfire or bodies on the streets of New York. It lies in how Vito Corleone and later Michael Corleone see the world. A worldview that is raw, unforgiving, yet deeply intelligent and bound by its own code of love. The Godfather reflects the man many of us secretly aspire to become. Calm in chaos, feared by enemies, gentle with family. Inside this story are three core principles, three pillars that allowed Don Corleone to build an empire from ashes, and that can transform a boy into a man. Welcome to Inner Self-Talks, where uncomfortable truths are spoken plainly. The first principle is friendship, loyalty, and the art of obligation. Think back to the opening scene of the film. In a dark office with the blinds shut, Don Vito Corleone sits quietly, stroking a cat, listening to Bonacera beg for justice. Bonacera is a law-abiding man who believed in the American system. But when his daughter is brutally beaten and the law fails him, he turns to the Don as a last resort and makes the fatal mistake that weak men always make. He offers money. "I'll pay you whatever you want," he whispers. That is transactional thinking, cheap thinking, money for service, clean and emotionless. Don Corleone refuses the money, not because he is generous, but because he understands something deeper. Money is the cheapest currency. Gratitude and loyalty are priceless. When you pay someone, the relationship ends the moment the payment is made. There is no loyalty, no sacrifice, no devotion. So the Don helps Bonacera without taking a cent. But he takes something far more valuable, a promise. Someday, and that day may never come, I will call upon you to do a service for me. This is the art of planting favors. The Don doesn't need cash, he needs allies. By turning a stranger into a debtor of gratitude, he binds that man's fate to his own. Loyalty cannot be bought. It must be earned through protection and value. In the modern world, the strong man gives first. He doesn't obsess over fairness with those he calls brothers. He builds a bank of goodwill. Help people when they're cornered. Extend your hand when the world turns its back. When you do, you don't gain a partner. You gain someone who will stand with you when it matters. That is soft power, and no weapon can pierce it. The second principle is how to deal with enemies. If friendship is warmth, then dealing with enemies is cold precision. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. This isn't a movie quote. It's survival strategy. Average people act emotionally. They block, avoid, gossip. They do this to protect their ego and feel safe. But the Don sees this as weakness. When you push your enemy away, you push them into the shadows. You can't see them, but they're still watching you.